Hi folks, Hugo Rivera here with HugoRivera.net, bringing you another video where I'm answering some questions, but before I answer some questions I cover a topic. And today's topic, it's going to be about supplementation. Do you need supplementation in order to grow muscle and lose body fat? Okay, and the answer may entirely shock you, and the reason for this is because I know the kind of emails that I'm getting from people. And a lot of people, when they start training, for whatever reason, they feel that the supplements are the most important part of a training program. And nothing could be further from the truth, okay? Supplements do have their place in a program, but if you cannot afford to go ahead and get some supplements, don't be discouraged, because the most important part of a bodybuilding and fitness regime has to do with the training and the nutrition. Okay, and I'll cover how you can go ahead and use supplements over here in a minute, but you need to understand this. The most important components of your fitness program are the training and the nutrition. If your training is off and your nutrition is off, no supplement is going to be able to make up for that. Okay, so I'll be making that very, very clear, because let's face it, if you could eat 5 to 6 real meals per day, you wouldn't even need protein powders, because you're consuming everything from food. So that eliminates the need from protein powders. If you will be eating salmon every single day, you wouldn't need fish oils, because you get the fish oils from the salmon that you're consuming. In theory, if our vegetables had all the nutrients that they need, which they don't, because, you know, of the over-processing of the food, and also of the fact that the soil is not as fertile and as full of nutrients as it used to be. But if we had good vegetables, we wouldn't even need multiple vitamins. I do recommend for everybody a multiple vitamin and mineral formula. That's the only thing that I do recommend everybody takes. But everything else, believe it or not, you can actually do without, if you have the right training and nutrition program. Okay? And like I said, I will be covering supplements over here in a minute. But the training, as we've talked before, you know, anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes, intense, fast-paced, periodizing your repetitions. You know, you'll do weeks of higher repetition training, 12 and above. You'll do weeks of less repetitions, you know, with a little bit more rest in between sets. Kind of like, as I cover over here in my books, you have the Body Sculpting Bible for men and the one for women. So basically, these books cover everything there is to know about training, nutrition, supplementation, and the whole 9 yards. And it teaches you how to do the exercises properly, which is important, of course. But anyways, the training needs to be designed properly. The nutrition needs to be designed properly. Like I told people, you need a baseline diet that consists of 40% carbs, 40% proteins, and 20% fats, good fats. That's going to go ahead and give you a good start, okay? Typically, if you're kind of confused as to how much macronutrients you need to take, the way to figure that out, take your body weight, you know, and multiply that times 1. It's going to give you the grams of protein you need per day. Also times 1, body weight times 1 in pounds, okay, not in kilos, in pounds. It's going to go ahead and give you the amount of carbs you need. So basically, take your body weight, multiply times 1, that will give you the amount of carbs and the amount of protein that you need every single day. If you multiply your body weight in pounds times 0.33, it's going to give you an approximation of the amount of fats that you need. Based on what you see happening after 2 weeks, you go up a little bit or down in terms of the carbohydrates, okay? But that's pretty much it. I mean, the diet component, that's how you go ahead and design it. Remembering that you need to take all these nutrients and you need to divide them by 5, okay? That gives you the approximate amount of macronutrients that you need to take in per meals, because I recommend that you eat every 2 to 3 hours, okay? Because if you go past that, then basically your blood sugar levels begin to go down, you start getting cravings. Additionally, your cortisol levels go up, and then your body wants to go ahead and protect the fat and kill the muscle. So that's not exactly what we're looking for. So again, you know, the most important parts of your fitness, training and diet, right? Let's say that your training and nutrition are right on point. Then here are the supplements that I recommend you take. I'll show you the ones that I take over here, and we can go from there. First one I take is a multiple vitamin and mineral formula, all right? I take the one from Labrada Nutrition. I like it. It's the Lean Body Men's Multiple Vitamin. In my case, I take it without iron because my iron levels are actually pretty high. So no iron for me needed extra. So this is the one that I take. I take it once a day in the breakfast. It's good enough. I also take, and I recommend everybody that is into training does the same. After my training, I make sure to take some extra calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So I will take like 2 or 3 of these and one of these right after the training. The reason for that is because when you train, and especially as you're gaining muscle, you run through those minerals very, very quickly. So next thing you know, you start cramping up, even if you are properly hydrated, which, by the way, you need to consume your body weight in pounds times 0.66 in ounces of water every single day. Most of your body is made out of water, so if you don't hydrate yourself properly, your dreams of gaining muscle and losing fat are going to be out the window. You need water, all right? So anyways, calcium, magnesium, and potassium, really good to go ahead and get your body to not dehydrate and to not cramp up. Super awesome. I go ahead and take those. Those are basic supplements that I recommend that everybody takes, okay? Now, I'm going to show you the protein powder that I use because for me, I think it's really cool to be able to substitute some of my meals as liquid meals just because of the convenience factor. I typically eat like 4 real meals a day and a couple of protein shakes, okay? One of them is after my workout, all right? It just makes it more convenient for me. I mean, I could down the 6 meals, but to be honest with you, it's really a drag to go ahead and be eating so much. So that's why I use protein powders. It's not because the powders have something magical that the food does not. At either rate, it's probably the opposite. Food has probably nutrients that we haven't found yet, okay? And that's why if you try to go on a protein powder diet, as I call it, because I know people have tried to do every single meal as protein, you're not going to look good, you're not going to feel good, you're going to be off, you're not going to be gaining any kind of like good strength. So yeah, protein powders, use them as supplements. They're not to be used as a substitute for your main meals, okay? So again, what I recommend you do is that you can have a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner, and then at the most 3 protein shakes per day. That's what I recommend. In my case, like I said, I like to emphasize real food, so I do 4 real meals, and then I do 2 protein shakes. Protein powders I use, this is one of them, from Labrada Lean Pro 8. I love it because it has like the fiber, it also has some good fats, and furthermore, it has a combination of proteins, fast and slow released. Has like 8 total proteins, reason why it's called Lean Pro 8. So I really and truly like that blend. After the workout, I take their isolate formula. In fact, if you give me a second, I'm going to go ahead and post over here the links in the group. I mean, not in the group, in the comments section, sorry. Let's see. One moment. Here we go. Here are the links. There. Okay, done. Anyways, as I was saying, that's the protein powder that I use for convenience purposes, okay? Here's another thing that I use, because I don't have salmon every day, but I have my fish oils. These are the Carlson fish oils. I take a tablespoon of this 3 times a day, believe it or not. Depending upon your body weight, you may need less than me, but I take it 3 times a day, because I'm just really and truly love fish oils. I also take extra virgin coconut oil, which I forgot to bring over here, but I take it as well. Those are great, great sources of fat. And again, like I said, if you're eating salmon every day, then you don't need to take the supplement, all right? But because I don't, I do go ahead and take the supplement. And the days that I do eat salmon, then of course I just reduce the amount of tablespoons that I take from my fish oils, all right? Some other supplements that I use, I like the milk thistle. Milk thistle is a great supplement. I take 2 of these a couple of times a day, breakfast and like lunch. Milk thistle is good because it just keeps the system clean. It just helps the liver to go ahead and process all the nutrition that you're doing. And that's why I go ahead and take the milk thistle. It's just good for the health, right? It's good to have a clean liver. So even though I don't drink, I don't do any drugs or anything, milk thistle, I think it's really important. So I recommend it for everybody. Some other supplements here that I take. Personally, I love this supplement from Labrada Nutrition. I've been taking Elastijoint now for years, since they first came out with the formula. It's super cool because it has glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM, gelatin, vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, believe it or not. And I just go ahead and mix it up with 8 ounces of water. Typically, I go ahead and take it after the workout, okay? Really, really good stuff. I mean, my joints, knock on wood, they're awesome. And I really attribute a lot of that to ElastiJoint, because before I started to take it, I remember that I used to have like those clicking noises and stuff like that. And honestly, I've been taking the ElastiJoint for years, and lo and behold, no issues with any of my joints. So I take that stuff every single day. Some optional supplements for you. I'll go ahead and show you these two. I take them before my workout. This is the stimulant-free Supercharge, which I love because it has everything. It has the branching amino acids, it has the creatine, it has the nitric oxide boosters, it has some taurine, it has some L-tyrosine, which is awesome for the concentration and for helping you push through the pain barrier and things like that. So this has everything and anything. Beta-alanine, super cheap too. I got it at a special, I think it was $19, believe it or not. So check out the link that I posted, 19 bucks. And if you use my discount code, Hugo10, you go ahead and get an extra 10% on this one. Well, on all supplements, actually. So, really, really good stuff. And then I also take the Lean Body Fat Loss Support. Really and truly, the reason I take it is because it just helps me to get going in the morning. I don't drink coffee, not these days anyways. So 2 of these give me a little bit of green tea. It's 150 milligrams of caffeine, and then it has some other really cool ingredients that go ahead and help you to concentrate better, and they also help to suppress the appetite. Not that I need it, but for those of you that are dieting, it's really helpful. Plus, what I really like it for is that it gives me some really good energy and some concentration. I like to wake up and get started hard in the morning, you know, with work and stuff like that. So this helps me to go ahead and jumpstart the engine. So it's really cool. And like I said, it's good also for fat loss. But remember, no supplement is going to make you lose fat unless you're training and dieting correctly. So just keep that in mind. Don't think that you can go ahead and cheat on the diet and stuff, and the supplement is going to make you into a fat burning machine. I wish. Doesn't work that way. But anyways, with that said, now you know the truth behind supplements, okay? You just really and truly need to first and foremost follow the right training and the right nutrition program, and then once you're following that properly, then you can start adding some supplements. Like I said, the most important ones, I mean, if you're really and truly on a budget and you can afford to eat, you know, all your meals as real meals, and all you need is like the multiple vitamin and the minerals, you know, the calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And if you're not having salmon, I would definitely recommend you a bottle of the fish oils, all right? Then for convenience purposes, like I said, you know, go ahead and add some protein powder. And then if you can go ahead and afford it, I definitely recommend the milk thistle to everybody, right? Especially for those of you out there that go drinking in the weekends and stuff, which you shouldn't be doing. But if you're going to go ahead and do it, this really helps with the liver, all right? Anyways, so that's all I have for today. If you all have any questions, let me go ahead and see if there are any questions out there. Sied, nice to see you too, buddy. Let me see. Nice to see you, Shanti. George, how are you, buddy? Good info, Hugo. Like what you say, fat stripping, doing good, arms getting bigger, still sticking. I know it, man. George, for those of you that don't know, is one of my clients. So George is kicking some major butt at the gym. He's done incredible. He's gained muscle and lost fat at the same time over here in the past 10 weeks. He's just really doing a phenomenal job. So big shout out to you, George. Keep up the great work over there. Fetty is asking how to make my biceps bigger, please, and fast. We all want fast results, Fetty. That's all fine and well. Listen, buddy, just the biceps, just like any other muscle, is the same thing. You need to have a properly periodized program, okay? I went ahead and I posted down here my free 21-day program, okay? So go ahead and check it out. Download it. It has a nice 21 weeks of workouts. And then, you know, you can also go ahead and check out my books, the Body Sculpting Bible for Men and the one for women, that are just completely loaded with full programs that have, you know, everything, I mean, everything spelled out for you. You just go ahead and need to follow it. But the key thing is the periodization. I mean, you need to periodize your workout. So like I said, you know, everything I said applies, right? short workouts, intense, periodized, right, with the right nutrition, because if you don't feed yourself, remember, you're not gonna be able to get anywhere. A lot of people get the workout component right, but when it comes to a diet, they completely drop the ball. And you'll get some results initially, but you go ahead and plateau. And unless you get that diet going in the right path, you're not going to be able to get past a certain point, unfortunately. So keep that in mind, okay? Very, very important to go ahead and have the training and nutrition component both together, all right? George is asking, back and traps work, is it okay to work the two together? Yeah, George, you know what? Just add 3 sets of dumbbell shrugs. That's going to go ahead and help with your traps. Also, whenever you do some upright rows in your workouts, that's also impacting the traps as well. In fact, my traps have been growing so good lately that I don't even do them with the shrugs anymore. I've been just hitting the upright rows, and that has really been giving me some nice traps up there. So, but anyways, to answer your question, yeah, you can go ahead and add 3 sets of the of shrugs. You could do some dumbbell shrugs one workout, and then you could do some barbell shrugs on the next one, or some Smith machine shrugs. It's all good, all right? Just don't do like some people do. They go ahead and put a whole bunch of weight, and then they do something like this. Make sure you go all the way, right? That's the ticket, to go ahead and get the most out of the shrugs. But totally cool to go ahead and work out the traps on your back day. Me, I've done it on back days. I've done the traps also on shoulder days, all right? So it's all good. Not a problem at all. In fact, sometimes I remember there was a time where my traps were kind of lagging, and I would even do them like before starting my my leg workout. So, so yeah, you can stick the traps anywhere, buddy. Okay? George says, thanks, Hugo. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. So, anyways, if there are no more questions for today, I'll go ahead and call it a day. But thanks for everybody that hanged out over here. Hopefully my video helps you, and now you know that there's no supplement out there that will do the work for you, but there are certainly supplements that will go ahead and help you if you're following the right training and the right nutrition program. That will help you to train harder. It'll help you to accelerate the results a little bit. All right? Anyways, with that said, until next time, take care and train hard.